So in this next video I attempted to do some turkey scouting, but the cold got the better of me. Camera froze up, so I couldn't finish scouting and recording, and so I just decided to head back and did a quick review on the trail cam that I got, and also talk about just a quick tip on turkey scouting. So watch and enjoy. Today I'm going to do a little bit of turkey scouting and hopefully put up a new trail cam that I got. The location I'm looking at today, I saw a flock of birds out there, and there was a couple toms, but they were on a field that it's private land. So I noticed there is a nice little patch of public land right next to that field, so I'm gonna go check that out today. So I've only been turkey hunting for, this is my third season, going on 4 years now. So how I used to scout was just by going out in the woods on a piece of public land or private. I hunted a couple years on private land. But I just walk around hoping to find some turkey sign somewhere, whether it be on a trail or maybe on a deer trail. Just hoping I'd get lucky, because I didn't really know what I was looking for. I know a little bit better now. I've learned a few things in the 4 years I've been doing this. But one thing that I've learned is you can use, there's hunting apps out there that provide topographical maps, so you can look at the area and kind of see, get a better view of what it looks like. So you can kind of see the ridges and hills and water, like lakes or streams. I use onX Hunt. That's the app that I chose to go with. It works pretty good. I really like it. It's real helpful. And so a way that I like to scout now, that I've learned how to do, whether I do a lot of research on all my hobbies. So I've done a lot of research on turkey hunting with YouTube or websites, anything online I can find. So a lot of people like to just drive around in their vehicle, just scout with your vehicle, and just look for turkeys. And that's really the best way to know where turkeys are at. You know, if you can see them, you know they're there, right? So you can do this whether you're driving to work or wherever you happen to be driving. Once I actually find a location where birds might be, after driving around looking for them, I go on that app and drop a marker where I saw those birds, and then I'll go home and look it up later. And I like to see what kind of property they're on, whether it's private or public, because the onX Hunt app will tell you whether it's public or private land, and it'll tell you who owns the private land, which is pretty neat. Really useful feature. But for example, if I see a bird, as in this case, on private land, I'll look to see where the closest public land would be, and I'll try to get an idea from the map if it might be worth checking out. So this location looks like it might be promising. I've got pretty high hopes for it. It's got a lot of marshy areas surrounding a stand of trees. Well, I shouldn't say stand, it's more like a small woods. And then it's got some open cornfields nearby, so that should be a good area to check out. But I guess we'll find out, and if we find anything worth sticking around for, we'll put up the camera and hopefully find some turkeys. Alright, grab my binos. Something I always like to carry when I'm going scouting. You never know what you might see from a distance. These things are not adjusted for this jacket. Alright. It is really cold out here. I'm sorry about the quality of the sound. It's really windy. It's April 4th. It snowed last night. Got a couple inches. Most of it's gone now, but it's still ridiculous. It's 34 degrees with 15 to 20 mile per hour winds. It's not my idea of springtime. So as of right now, I'm not thinking I'm going to stay very long. It is freezing, my fingers are already numb, so I probably won't put up a trail cam. We can still check out the area. So apparently, sand-owl cranes love this area. There's probably over 100 of them just in this area. It's pretty crazy. Big flocks coming back after the winter. So this field behind me is where I saw the turkeys. That's private land in that field. All this area out here, that's all public. So that woods. Well, unfortunately, my phone died, even though it still has 35% battery left. I think the cold just made it shut down, which makes video recording impossible. And I also didn't have my Onyx Hunt app, which is what I like to use to document where I've been, so I'm just not even gonna finish. I just went to the end of the field and came right back. So I figured instead of scouting, I'd just talk about my trail cam. Let me grab that. Alright, so the trail cam that I found, decided to go with because it was super cheap. It was the Tasco trail cam. So there's the owner's manual right there. I was looking in here for the specs, and there's really not a lot of information. It just kind of tells you how to set it up and troubleshoot it. But it does say in here that it's got 6 or 8 megapixel resolution, depending on the model. So it's not that great. But for 25 bucks at Walmart, you know, it'll do the job. So it takes either single photos or a burst of 3 photos, and it also takes video, which for 25 bucks, that's not too bad, I don't think. I did do some tests with it, and the quality isn't that great. It does have the infrared feature, so you can take photos at night with it, which it'll do what I need it to do. It's my first trail cam, so unfortunately I haven't had a chance to try it out in the woods yet. But so it takes 8 AA batteries and an SD card, but this is kind of what it looks like in the size. That's average size, I guess. And I went ahead and put some camouflage tape on it. Normally this is the color it would be on the back there, that greenish color, but I had some camo tape, so just went ahead and camouflaged it up a little bit. So yeah, here's the inside of it there. Let me turn it on, the test mode. You can see the digital screen there. It's pretty easy to use, really. I like it so far, but then again, I haven't tried it out in the woods yet, so I don't know what it's capable of. Seems pretty waterproof. Should do the job just fine. But yeah, if you want a cheap trail cam, $25 at Walmart. Probably gonna want to buy one of these guys, a cable so you can lock it. I put some camo tape on this too, because that was a weird color. I don't want anybody walking off with it, so I went ahead and bought that in a lock, and I spray painted the lock green. So I like my camo. But anyways, that's the camera. So head over to your local Walmart and pick yourself up a cheap trail cam. Wish I could tell you what it does, but I can't yet. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow or next week. Definitely next week. But so that's that. Wish we could have gotten out and done some scouting, but this weather's just been ridiculous lately, and I'm kind of tired of freezing. So I'm gonna go home, enjoy some pizza. So, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any tips of your own for scouting, or maybe in scouting in cold weather with equipment that doesn't function properly, yeah, just comment below, and we'll try this again next time. So I know this scouting trip didn't go so well. These things happen. Technology fails once in a while. But if you check out next week's video, we did get some turkeys out here. We were able to find some. Came back out the next day and got some footage of one that was fairly close. So be sure to tune in next week, and hopefully I'll be able to get that video cranked out as soon as possible for you. But yeah, pretty exciting. Be sure to check it out.